Hello, ladies and gentlemen on YouTube and everybody else. We are continuing our coverage of the world's play-in stage. We're jumping into PSG versus LGD, one of the most hyped up matches of the day. We had a very fun result. It's great to see PSG still showing up. But let's finish up the draft and then let's make some opinions. Okay. Zoe, Syndra, and Echo out. Wow, Stoifel, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. I really appreciate it. This review is dedicated to Stoffel. Buy online now. I have no idea what Stoffel means. I'm just kidding. It's not an ad. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. What are the stand-ins? It's the AD carry, the mid, and the jungle. Alright. So let's begin here. Lilia first pick. Completely depends on the player, right? It's important that you find the pieces that synergize well with it. So here it's like dangerous because the enemy can just as easily pick up the Lucian here, right? I think this is dangerous because if enemy go Lucian here, like all of a sudden you're in trouble. Because like Orianna, Lilia on the same team is awkward. Like Lilia is a very strong jungle, but needs some AD damage in the mid lane, you know, to really function well. Ornn first pick, I think at the level of play here, it's good. You know, even some of the best teams in the world are willing to pick Ornn like this because it's so safe. It's so safe. Also, Eve is good into Lilia and was left open, but that also just comes down to the Lucian pick, right? If they go Lucian Eve, it works into Lilia, right? Anyhow, they go for the Graves, and together with Orianna, like Graves has very good synergy with both of these champions. Graves loves to play with tanks top because the strength of Ornn's 2v2 doesn't get that much weaker if he's behind, and Graves can always you know find cash in the top side if he needs to. Graves as a champion, if he can choose his pathing based off efficiency, is super happy. If he needs to cover for lanes, he's very unhappy. So this works. I disagree with the notion that Evelyn is some crazy counter to Lilia, but we will see. Next in line, we have Twitch ban, Kaelin ban. Ezra was also out early, just targeted at our boy Kramer, and they lock in Jhin. When you lock in Jhin here, you're almost assuming that the enemy is going to go Ashe, and the Braum blind pick also makes sense because of the Ornn and the Graves and the Jhin. Like Braum is going to gain value against these teams, these champions, right? But that lines up for a really easy and free Rakan pick. Like Rakan is a good pick into Braum. Another reason why Braum is valuable here is because the enemy have Lucian and Ashe. Braum synergizes well with these champions, honestly. I think that if there's a question mark here that you want to like bring up, then it's the Volibear pick. It feels kind of out of place. I don't like the notion of picking a Volibear into Ornn. I think you're too pressured within the game to make things happen, and doing that against Ornn is very tricky. So this is a bit of a question mark. I think this is completely understandable. I think this is okay. Like Braum synergizes with Lucian, synergizes with Ashe. Like it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just here the Volibear pick. I don't know. Maybe you just pick Ashe here and you wait to see more. And then when you see more, like imagine you have a Maokai this game. Okay, imagine you have Maokai. You have Maokai, and then it's super good. Just pick a Maokai. Something like that, you know. Doesn't Volibear act as a Renekton light? Yeah, but we don't want that in this game. I'm not a fan of picking Volibear into Ornn, even though it's winning. Like Ornn can maybe win, but that's not the point, right? Picking winning lanes against Ornn is not the hard part. So I think Red Side Draft just has time as their friend. Like they have time as their friend, and that's good. Wouldn't Loli Poppy win the game here? No. Like, you're not gonna fucking pick Poppy when you only see Ornn and Orianna. I think Volibear is better into Ornn than Renekton is. But it's just a question of like personal choice. Ella said that Lux Zyra would have been better for Talon. It's... I think Lux Zyra have a lot less impact into mid, and I think Jhin Rakan is strong enough to contest lane. I just worry about Lux Zyra 2v2 impact and 3v3 impact onto mid. And then just picking either of these champions into Ashe, I think Ashe is just too long range. So I wouldn't be like completely convinced by it. Like it's good into Braum, but I don't think it's that good into Ashe. So I like the Rakan pick, honestly. I like the Rakan pick. I think you can also go Thresh. Yeah, Braum can flash Q Zyra level 1 and burn her flash, and then you can be in danger already, you know? Like it's not as clear cut, you know, it's not like super stomp. Do you think LGD just got outdrafted? I think good second wave bans. They are keeping the bottom matchup in the realm of simplicity. So 2 games, the bottom matchup has been very simple and straightforward for PSG, and that's important when they have you know, this crazy situation for them. I think just the value of Ornn is too high this game. Ornn's OP. Fiora into Ornn, I don't like it. It's too slow, too binary in the way it needs to win the game. The strength of LGD is they have a little edge in 2v2 mid, but Orianna Graves is not something you can brush over. State of jungle is very important. I think bottom matchup, both can contest for prio, but Ashe Braum are leashing, so that's good for Jhin and Rakan. See how Chia manages this wave, like if he's pushing on 2 and then going into the turret. I'm not too sure about Chia's decision here on his wave management. Because I think with the way Oriana played, he could look to go for a Cull base. But he decided not to. But his lane state is not bad, considering his upper corrupting potion. But Chia's keeps pushing. Nice here, Jin got the Cull recall because of the leash on bottom side. So Jin is chilling now on the Cull advantage, and Ash Braum didn't get the base off. Rakan got to roam into mid as well to give Chia some pressure. I mean, to give Uniboy some pressure, but it doesn't seem to impact that much. She is very, very aggro here. She is one of the best. He's definitely like in the top 7 of mid laners at the World Championship. He's also one of the OG Lucian mids. Opinion on Sylas jungle, shit clear speed. That's my opinion. Already with how the pacing of this game is, you already begin to worry for the Volibear pick, right? Like he's sitting on Sheen, which isn't like some crazy good buy into Ornn. Ornn's gonna buy a chain vest and be very, very happy with it. The only thing that is really significant is Chia's advantage of Uniboy, and that's strictly 1v1 because PSG pressured into mid way more than LGD did in this game. I think in the case where Lucian goes Ignite, the point of him split pushing is less relevant, and he's going for hard 2v2, but we haven't really seen it so far. Yeah, just the issue with this game is the lane matchups aren't polarizing enough to justify the problem that is going to happen later for LGD. Like LGD get outscaled this game, but there is nothing on the board that really states or gives any options for aggression. Ash, Braum, and Lilia, they like a slow game, but this is not the type of game where you need to be, where you can be slow, not need to be. Some mad pathing. What the fuck? What the fuck did Spina just do? Omnison! Thank you so much for subscribing with Prime. Yeah, Shen is not bad against Ornn, for sure. Or this Volibear build looks so fucking cocktail, but nice poke. You don't want to use Herald top, like Like Peanut's movement is as if he wants to use head on top, but I don't think it's correct. Dive is good though. I like that dive. It's well played from both sides, honestly. Hanabi having the insight to just kill the wave, and LGD recognizing that they have enough power to dive, especially with Graves' item timing. They could kind of guess that he would be in base. It's a high level move. High level move. I don't consider Ash Arrow as that reliable of an engage, because it's so easy to itemize around it, like a Mikhail's drops, and on the big fights around dragons it becomes less and less relevant. Obviously it forces itemization out of people, but around the time when how hard you can engage and how you can stop fights, when it becomes relevant, at that point in time, that's usually when Mikhail's is finished. I don't think TL versus Mad Lion's loss was that big of an upset. Very strange situation. Like, very absurd, honestly. Because LGD were in a stronger position and kind of just gave it up. Like Lang had TP, like everything was poised for them to cause some activity here, because Ash had one core. Like this was a good time for LGD to set something up. I'm not sure why they abandoned it the way they did. Because anything that delays the game is a big positive for PSG. Like they just want to play the time game. I'm not a big fan of the item choice here of going Black Cleaver on Graves. I think it's not a game to go for it. There's a lot of squishy targets on the enemy team, like sure, maybe Brom can be struck, but considering Jhin is the only AD else you have on your team, and the enemy having relatively squishy champions, I think you can definitely work around it. You can get Yumos for the one upgrade. Not sure what Mark was out and about doing here. Like at this point in time, I think they should have just been doing the Herald together, and then they would have been in time from it. Valkyrian1, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you. I'm not completely sure about the Ornold. I mean, not Ornold, I mean Volibear build. I'm not completely certain on it. The Volibear build, I don't know. I really don't know. Like I'm worried that it's just convenient to buy it, you know. Like I don't know the basis behind it, besides the convenience of, like, it's just stats that you like, stats that you enjoy. You get the Iceborne Gauntlet effect and you cap your CDR, but that's about it. Like the transition into any other item is, I'm not sure. I'm genuinely not sure, so I don't want to like talk bad about it. I just don't know if it's good. I don't know. So you say it's very bad, but why? If Volibear goes full tank, he's not that useful. Let's ask our friend Loralytics. Not that we are doing any conclusive. And anyway. So first item win ratio, Blade with Sand. But there's not many instances. Iceborne Gauntlet is pretty high. Black Cleaver is very low. Curse Black Cleaver. I know this is not a big sample size, but we're just looking at this for inspiration. Black Cleaver second is pretty high. Once again, I repeat, this is not a crazy good sample size, but we're just looking at this for inspiration. Because I'm not too sure. Yeah, like I don't like the pick Volibear into Ornn. I'm not a fan. Ah, this Braum ult was terrible. Maybe they had kill. This Braum ult was good. Lang is positioning well here. But he waited too long, I think. He waited way too long. Also Braum. Like Braum, why he use E here, Braum? No, Volibear wins lane against Ornn. Don't spread lies, guys. But it's a simple matchup for Ornn. Like Ornn can easily scale well into the game. I think Lang waited a little bit too long. Like Lang needs to ult on them right now, as the Ornn ult is flying in. I don't know why Chia decides to hug the wall here. Yeah, but clearing the wave isn't everything. And it's not like Ornn one-shots the wave early on in the game. Like, it doesn't work like that. Like, lane phase starts from level 1. Doesn't start from the point where Ornn has a Sunfire cape. His position is just awkward. Like it's just the first connect here, and then you have the auto, and then the arrow, and then the Brom ult is bad, and then now the fight is over already. Fight is over. This is just, the fight is over. There's no reason to commit further, but they're committing further because Lang is TPing. Even now, this was completely good to peace out, but there's no reason to continue after that point. Like, they commit so much to burn flashes, and like if someone throws 3 ults at you and you flash in that fight before their ults come back on, it is completely viable. Like it's better. It's something that is going to pay off later. I realize I'm stumbling on my words because honestly I said very little because my call time tomorrow is 7 in the morning. Yeah, it's just, and then the continuation here as they chase in, like the E of Brom here is very, very bad. LGD look more disconnected as a team in comparison to the team that has 3 substitutes, which is crazy. Like LGD definitely shows some individual quality in this game, like Chia and so forth, but it's just in the draft it's just not something that is going to show up. Oh, I could turn down the music. I want to say that I'm releasing some mad Twitch emotes, guys. They're coming out. I'm getting some sick ass Pepes. It's gonna be crazy. Humanoid Lucian was better than Shia. Sea Shanty Pepe? What's a Sea Shanty Pepe? So once again, Brom ult out. All ultimates have been used here. All ultimates. Except Volibear ultimate, and that's not really something that's going to impact the fight so much, but... So we're arguing here about Evelyn over Graves for PSG. How risky would it be to pick Eve on red side? Well, the enemy would buy magic resistance and then you would suck balls. Like, Graves is much better here. What are you gonna do with Evelyn, with Ornn and Orianna in your team? You see, the teams Evelyn has success in is when Evelyn is like solo AP, you know? Not so sold on the Mercury purchase of Lucian. Kind of forces him to get a Zeal item next. Wow, Peanut jungling. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, Peanut wave management. Wow. It's tricky to itemize against PSG's composition. Do you think LGD is an overrated team? Well, I didn't rate them highly. Like, I put TSM above LGD in my final tally. I think Warrior into Black Cleaver is the most optimal Grace build. In this game, no. In other games, maybe. Where can I see your list? It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Like it's not super terrible, right? Like you could view it in a light where he's going to just be punching Volley and Brom because they are in the front and Graves autos get blocked. So it's not like super terrible. It's not like Yumos is like really good here, right? It's just like both compositions are balanced enough that there is no like no brain item that you can just go to in this game, right? Coming in next, Drake, we just have to see if, like, I think LGD still have a chance if they can maintain this two core lead. But if Oriana finishes an item and Jin gets maybe rapid fire, uh, I think it's starting to reach that point where things get dangerous. Especially if Orn even manages to get level 14 and he upgrades an IE, then the gold numbers begin to, disappear completely. Yeah, guys, let's not jump to too many conclusions after one day of play. Yeah, let's calm down. I think hard to play Evelyn against this team. Stormrazor is the easier item to purchase, and it's a little bit cheaper if I remember correct. And IE is just better damage-wise. You're trading damage for utility in the slow, right? And yeah, IE is upgraded by Orn, exactly, Lissandra. Yeah, still no second core finished on Jin, and for some reason they upgraded Lulen's Echo here. They just don't have faith in the coach. I feel like Brom wasn't very good here. Brom is good into this comp. Good with their comp too. I don't think Brom was the problem. I think just Volibear doesn't contribute much to the composition. But Mark also played terribly so far. I don't know why he doesn't upgrade the IE and just look for Death Cap. Let's take a look at this fight that's coming up now. Look at that Kramer damage, yeah! That was like 15 autos, guys. Lily has a good condition, Leandri has value here. Good value, Leandri. No Eon Kaiwing. As this is the best chance. Every fight after this is just gonna be worse and worse. I don't know why LGD are giving this up. Yeah, Kramer is kind of trolling. Like, I don't know why Kramer is so isolated. Like Kramer made, like even from this position, you know that this is lost for LGD. Like it's just such a big mistake from Kramer. Oh man, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. And every fight after this is just gonna get worse. Like, well, what's the expectation? What's the role of Volibear? I don't know. Running in, I guess. Like, look at him, man. He's such a fat dog. It's lost, man. Now, LGD's draft is out of fashion completely. 2 big fights, and they threw them pretty convincingly. And said B, W of D, put the W down. Us. And Orianal's back. The reason I'm not commenting on the Arnold is because it doesn't matter. Yeah, at this point, very, very difficult for LGD to win. Like, Orn just gets too much value. Yeah, like, it wasn't a bad Arnold. Like, did I say Genji? The game is Genji? The game is GG. I don't know what I said. Arnold was fine. Like, he doesn't see where Ash is going. And Rakan connected. Orn should be first pick prior for all of these teams. Really? The biggest Orn buff was Ezreal nerf. You know? Would Malphite be better here for LGD? Yeah. Definitely Malphite. You can definitely just pick Malphite. I was thinking Maokai. I like Maokai here. You can Maokai, you can go Malphite. Just pick Ash 3 and then enemy Orn, just fucking pick a tank. Really. Yeah, game is honestly lost. The bear has a glove and an axe. What's cool about this situation for Graves is that he stacks so much grit stacks. This is decent from Lilia. But now everybody's like walking in here. Look at Hanabi, man. Look at Hanabi. Hanabi tanking the Orn. Orn is like, ah! Orn is just tanking the Nash, tanking the enemies, and then LGD is kind of hugging here. And then the Orianna boom. It's a disaster. And Peanut had to smite to survive. Blows. Yeah, it wasn't a bad Arnold. That's what I've been saying lost in time. You don't need to keep writing it. Yeah, to summarize this game, we just had 2 big fights that mattered too much, and the PSG got that Infernal Drake, which was pretty important too. I don't know why LGD gave that up so easily, because they had Blade advantage on bottom. And then the fight where they burned all ult and just face checked into PSG. Like, PSG are just playing cautious and are playing the map correct. Like, they're taking a lot of good decisions, except upgrading Luden's Echo instead of IE and waiting for death cap. But once again, I think PSG beat down on 2 teams that also stumbled upon themselves, and I guess that's a part of the story in Playins always, that teams stumble upon themselves. Does this upset change expectations for LPL in general coming into Worlds? No. Like Suning, like what Suning did to LGD, like they fucked them up. They really, really fucked them up. Like Suning is on a complete different level in comparison to LGD, but the same thing can be said for Top Esports and JDG in comparison to Suning. Top Esports smacked the shit out of Suning too. So there's that. So you can't like just because LGD is playing like shit, it doesn't make the other LPL teams bad or worse. It's the same, like today Mad Lions played like shit. Does that make G2 bad? Like it doesn't make a lot of sense to think like that. I got a lot of hate messages after my video. It was like, you are disrespecting LGD. There's a lot of shit like that. But no offense to LGD, I think it would have been better for the LPL to send either IG or FPX. You know? FPX lost to J-Team, then won Worlds. LGD will do the same. Yeah, V5 also Pog, yeah. Yeah, V5 would have been Pog. Yeah. Like, obviously, they put themselves in that position, for sure. Last Whispers are showing up, but at this point Ornn has 200 armor, so he doesn't give a fuck about his Stronzi. Doesn't matter. I think the biggest problems for IG were just support and jungle. Deshae and Rookie still shouldered a lot of fucking games. Like Deshae really inted, and like I know the result of the game, but I don't know what happened in the game. Like I know, for example, Team Liquid won against Mad Lions, but I haven't watched the game yet because I ran some errands today to prepare for tomorrow, and yeah, this Ornn, like you need 3 Last Whispers. We're only listening to League of Legends music. And the reason we're not saying too much about this game is because it's just a done deal. We're just watching PSG kind of close it out in a clean fashion. Baron is spawning, then the Elder is spawning, and like there is no horizon here where LGD will ever find anything. And Kaiwing honestly really fucking good, man. Really, really good. Exciting player, man. Do you think we'll see Aatrox this Worlds? Maybe one or whatever. Yeah, you know, IG could have been top esports if they decided to pick up Kasa in the off season and then keep Jackie Love, right? I think when Karsa wanted to leave RNG, that made him like the hottest free agent ever, you know? Okay, PSG, welcome to the LPL! Welcome to the LPL! Yay! go to LPL. You go to LPL. You go to LPL. Yay. Let's go. Welcome. 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 Welcome, guys. Welcome. You qualified for the LPL. You beat LGD? You beat LPL team? You're welcome. Do you think Machi will do similar like Talon did today? I think Talon looks better than what I think Machi looks like. But yeah, it's hard to judge, man. Do you think PSG could be a potential World Championship finalist with the roster they're currently playing? Nah, come on, man. Let's calm down, yeah? Let's calm down. We see 2 games and people are like, yeah, World Champion! Yeah! Let's calm down, yeah? Let's relax. Holy... I'm going to be on the desk tomorrow. Yo, if PSG win Worlds, I'll shave my head. Okay, you heard it here first. If PSG win Worlds, I'll shave my head. No hair. Let's go, let's go. I'll shave my head. I'm gonna do full on like Britney Spears is having a hard time. I think PSG is better than Machi. Including beard? No, not including beard. Get a tattoo of PSG logo? No, man, calm down. No beard. Shave your eyebrows? No. Only my scalp. Okay. So for those who missed analysis, this entire time, the reason this game was so one-sided was because 3 key moments. We had the Infernal Drake that LGD failed to set up for. We had the composition that just really loves time. And then LGD failed executing 2 key fights before the Ornn upgrade started to land. And after that, that's okay. That's okay.